And now, the unboxing segment. This is the segment dedicated to the unboxings of phones, tablets, watches, or any hardware device having to do with Android. And now, here's this episode's unboxing. Hi. Warren here for Blind Android Users Podcast, and this is a preamble to my unsuccessful unboxing of the Google Streamer TV 2024. I just tried to unbox that. As you will see, I'm leaving the initial setup or the unboxing and setup of the Google Streamer TV 2024 right here, so you can hear the struggles that I went through trying to set up that Google Streamer TV. In a nutshell, here's what's going on. First, though, I want to give you a quick description of the remote, even though I've mentioned that in the initial one that you're going to hear. But let's go ahead and tell it to you again. When you hold up the remote, it's the same thing like the one from 2020 or 2022. The only difference with this one, however, is that it's like an inch longer and a little bit of a rearrangement of the buttons on the face of the remote. Here's what we got. We got that big circular button there at the top, and of course the one depression in the middle is your select or enter key. Above that is your up arrow, and below that is a down arrow. To the left side is the left arrow, and to the right side is the right arrow. Now, on the left side of the remote, just below that big circular button, the first button there is the back key, and the one below that, which used to be the home key, now is the mic voice or voice input button. And below that, we come across the mute button, and below that is the YouTube. And the last one there, the smaller button, is your power key. Moving up to the top right, below that big circular button, the first one we come across here is the home key. So below that is the volume key. That's a long bar there, and below that long bar is your Netflix, and below that the smaller key, which is similar to the smaller key on the left, is the action button or an input. So you want to switch from HDMI 1, HDMI 2, or you can even reassign these to launch an app. That's the description of the remote. Now, here's the problem. Here's what happens. It seems like maybe my device got sent to me from Xi Jinping. No, seriously, I think what had happened here is that Google maybe sent this with an AOSP and did not come with TalkBack for some reason. I tried everything, every single combination. So when you turn on the device, the first thing it comes to is a screen where it makes the noise and keeps circling through the different languages and is making that noise. That screen is telling you to hold down the back and the home key to pair the remote. Now, of course, if you are blind, you're not going to know that. And this is where we need to be able to enable accessibility so that we know what's going on. Now, trying everything, whether the down arrow with the back key wasn't starting accessibility, down arrow with the home key wasn't starting accessibility. However, you have to use that home key and the back key to pair the remote. And once you do that, it places you now in the setup screen. And the first thing that lands you on is the language. And I'm using mine here in the United States. So the first thing it says English. You click on that, and then you down arrow to countries. The first one below that is United States. You tap on that or click on that. And then the next screen that you are placed on is the screen where you could choose whether you want to use a QR code, so you could set it up with the Google Home app, or you could down arrow to where it says set up on the TV. So as you can hear in my demonstration that you're going to be hearing here, I went through all of that and it was unsuccessful. But so I tried doing it again today with my daughter and decided to not use the Google Home app. I chose to set it up on the TV. And as soon as we got to my Wi-Fi, so the first thing after clicking set it up on the TV, then of course you are landed on the selection of the Wi-Fi points. I chose my Wi-Fi, and as soon as I logged on to the Wi-Fi, then there's a system update. And it takes about 15 or rather about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how fast your network may be. And it will come back by itself. You don't need to do anything. Just let it do its thing. And when it finishes, it'll restart and then come back up and restart again. So it did that for me. And once it gets back to the setup screen again, and then, of course, I tried the down arrow plus the back key to see if it will enable accessibility, and still it did not. I tried the home key with the down arrow, still it did not. So again, you have to hold down that home and back key again to enter the setup process, and that's the setup screen where you need to choose that language and the country. Upon getting into the setup screen, I tried using the down arrow plus the back key to see if it enables accessibility, and there was no dice. I tried down arrow key with the home key, no dice. So we just went ahead and clicked on English and then down arrow to United States. Then we chose the Wi-Fi again, and then we went to add the Google account. And once we added my Google account, I tried down arrow and the back key, and guess what? TalkBack came on. So we finished setting it up, and once it's set up, I decided to go into the accounts, the settings, and then accounts, and I removed my account and chose the factory reset, and then I let it restart it, and it came back on. And of course, at the initial screen where it's making that noise, you can't activate TalkBack by holding down the back key and the down arrow. So you have to hold down that home and back key again to enter into the setup screen. And at this point, after the system update, I was able to now hold down the down arrow and the back key, and then it started TalkBack. And now I'll let you hear the rest of the story from my initial setup. Hi, Warren here for Blind Android Users Podcast, and this is Unboxing the Google Streamer 2024, aka Google TV 2024. I got my Google Streamer back on Wednesday, September the 25th, and I'm going to unbox it today. And I'm holding the box, and the box is kind of very flimsy, and I'm going to... it has a little latch that I actually just popped up the top, and literally someone could have just gone in here and taken the device out if they wanted to. So I'm going to see if I can pull. There's a little cardboard feeling like thing in there. There we go. And pull that out. There we go. So in here, it's like a foldable, and it has sides. There's a wall charger on that side. There's, I think that's a pair of, I think this is an AA battery, or AAA, I should say. Yeah, it feels like AAA. Then there's a device here in the middle. Let me take that out. Okay. And then there's a remote here also. There we go. Let's take that out. There we go. And there's a little, like a little booklet in there. That's all that we have in there. Nothing in the box. That's all that we have. So I'm going to take the battery out. Kind of feels like it's not quite plastic, but then it's kind of like kind of breed between a plastic and paper. There we go. And I'm going to put it in the remote, and I'll get to the description of the remote. There we go. Put the battery in. There we go. All right, now I'm going to describe the remote. Now, so if you have the Google TV 2020 or Google TV 2021, the remote is basically the same thing, except that this one feels a little bit longer, and it has the volume key alongside with the other buttons as to the other one that had it on the side. I have looked up what the buttons are or the button arrangements are so that you don't have to do that guesswork. I'll save you time, and I'm going to describe to you what the buttons are and where they're located. So just like the other remote, you have that big circular button at the top. And of course, the middle depression is the select or the enter key. Above that is your up arrow. Below that is a down. And to the left is the left arrow. And to the right is the right arrow. Now, continuing on the left side of the screen, or rather on the left side of the remote, the first thing we have is the back key. Below that is the voice input, and it has a dot on it. The third one from there is the mute button, and the fourth button is the YouTube, and then the power button is the smaller one at the very bottom left. Let's now move to the right side, and below that circular big button on the right, the first button is your home key. So unlike last year, wherein the home key was below the back key on the left, they moved it to the right side. So we have that home key now as the first button below that circular big button on the right. Now below that is the volume key, and below that is your Netflix, and then below the Netflix is the input or a key you could customize to do certain actions, launch apps, etc., etc. Now, let me now turn my attention to the device itself. Here I have the device in my hand, and it's kind of like an oblong feeling thing, or maybe oval, whatever language you want to use. The bottom is kind of a little bit like a matte texture, not quite, but somewhere in there. Just think of it like an old Nexus from the back then, especially like the Nexus 5. And there's a little impression in the middle of that at the bottom there, and I think that would be maybe letter G, I'm supposing that to be. And now let's look at on the back side of it. We have some holes here. I'm starting from the left, and from the left we have the HDMI port, and to the right of that is an Ethernet port. Moving right, we come across the USB port, and that's a USB-C, of course. And then to the right of that USB-C port, we have a little button. I don't know if you can hear it. That would be like the Find My Remote button. So if you lose that remote, on the back of that device is that little button there you can push to find your remote. Other than that, that's it for the description of the device. It's plastic, nothing to it, just like the other Google TV is plastic and has that South Korean finish to it. All right, now I'm going to go ahead now and pause this recording and go plug in the device and all of that. And I do want to mention here in passing that it does not have that HDMI cord. So unlike the other one that already comes with it, this one doesn't. But I understand that Google is sending people email messages offering them a $10 coupon that one could use in purchasing that cord, the HDMI cord. I don't know why they didn't make it optional in there for people to either add that on there for free, because if you have the old Chromecast Google TV which has it attached, you can't even use it. And so even if you have one lying around, it may not be that good because this one uses the newer version of the 2.1. So I have an old one here. I'm going to plug it in. It will work. I'm positive it would, but I'm not going to get those speed. I bought mine from Amazon, and I haven't had any email messages from Amazon offering me a $10 coupon to get that cord. So anyhow, let me pause this and I'll go plug it in and we'll get going from here. I'm back. I just plugged those things in, and now I'm going to turn on my TV. I plugged in my HDMI cord into the very same spot that I had my old one. So now I'm going to turn on the TV. And the key is that you always wait until you hear that chime indicating that it's on the screen that you would now enable accessibility. So I'm going to wait until I hear that sound. I heard a sound. I'll give it a little bit more time before I try to enable accessibility. There's that sound again. And so usually when you hear this, it's circling through the different languages that are available, which until one enables accessibility, you can hear what it's saying because it's all visual on the screen. I will now hold down the back and the home keys. And the back key, like I said, is the first one below the circle on the left. And the home key is the first one on the right below the circular button. I'll now hold down those two buttons and just wait and see what happens. I'm holding. I heard a sound. I'll keep holding. I'm still holding. Usually it should have told me to release and hold them again to enable accessibility, but I don't hear anything. I'm going to let go and hold them again. Interesting. I wonder if I hold down the mic and try asking it to turn on talkback. No, it wouldn't do it. Turn on talkback. See, I hear a little pop sound when I hold down the two buttons. I'm going to hold down the home key by itself. Nothing happened. I'm going to hold down the two volume keys. Nothing happens. I'm going to try holding down the down arrow key with the home key, but I'm afraid I don't want to activate some language. Interesting. I'm just going to hit the enter key. Now, I think that that button on the back that rings the remote will also be like a reset button. So I'm going to try to reset that and then get going again. So I'm going to pause this and hold that button to see if it resets it, and then I'll be back. All right, I'm done with holding down that button and I've let go, and using my phone I realized that it's resetting and it's restarting. So now I'll wait until I hear that sound again, letting me know that's on the setup screen, and then I'll try holding down the back and the home keys again to see what happens. I hope that it gets going this time and we'll get going. If not, then I'll be concluding the unboxing of the Google Streamer 2024. I'm waiting for that sound. I can see that it's spinning around, and it should be giving us that sound any moment now, because it seems like it's getting to that setup screen, and I'm waiting for that sound that would let me know it's ready. There we go. And now, though, I'm going to wait for a few more seconds, and then I'm going to hold down both that back and the home keys and try it again and see what happens. So now I'm going to hold those two keys down again and see what happens. Here we go. Wish me luck. I'm holding. I'm holding. All right. Should I let go or keep holding? I'm going to keep holding for a while. Come on, tell me talkback is enabled. I'm still holding. I'm going to let go. And I'm going to hold those keys again. All I heard was a little pop sound and nothing happens. So at this, I think I'm going to conclude this unboxing. And then when I have some sighted help, then I'll find out what's going on. But you know what? Let's call Be My Eyes and see what it says. Open Be My Eyes.
Enabled. Enabled. Be My Eyes. Call a volunteer, but Be My Eyes. Using
All
Google
right, I
Nest,
just hit that
we
camera
first
and
volunteer.
we'll see what
Trying to
happens.
call We are still trying to find the first available volunteer. Ringer silent.
Oops, my ringer is silent. It's taking it a while to get a Be My Eyes volunteer today. I seldom use this thing and I don't recall it taking this long. Wow.
Connected.
Hello.
How are
Hello.
you?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. So,
Oh, no problem.
I'm a blind kid here trying to set up my Google TV, and I've done all the appropriate things to enable accessibility talkback, and it's not talking. And I'm just kind of wondering if you could help me, guide me on the screen to see what I'm doing wrong. So, I'm going to point my phone at the TV, see if you can
Okay.
see what it's saying at all. Let me see if I could move closer. Let me know if you can see it or if I should move a little closer.
If I think you just have to tilt it up a little bit because I'm getting more of the. There you go. Okay,
Okay.
so it says it's on English right now, so it's asking you to choose a
La-
language.
language. Okay. So what I'm trying to so I'm gonna click English. Okay.
Okay, and then below that, it's asking you to choose the country.
Oh, is it highlighting United States or it's not?
You have it's still on English, so you have to scroll down one for United States. Yep, that one.
Okay.
And then if to the little bit to the left with the phone. Okay, perfect. Perfect. It says set up with the Google Home app.
Oh, okay.
So it wants you to either download and open the Google Home app on your phone or tablet, or use the app to set up a device. On the right hand side of the screen is a QR code that you can scan should you want to do it that way.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much. I think I'll bring up the Google Home app and it should guide me from here on then. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I don't know why it didn't do what it should, what it was supposed to
That's
do.
okay. Good luck.
Now you see the problem what we blind people have.
Well, good luck with everything. Call back if you need more help.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Cancel call. No button. Yes. Review your experience. Please let us know. Your feedback is I experienced problem. I had a good call, but Be My Eyes.
Oh boy. So there we go, guys. I'm going to bring up my Google Home app.
Device unlocked.
I'd never seen this happen before, and it could be just a little fluke somewhere. But anyway,
App suggestion. H O O M M.
I should find a home.
Home in grid. Keyboard hidden. Home. Dining room display.
I'm going to tap on devices.
Devices tab to a file. Devices. Selected.
And I'm going to say add.
Add button out of list. Home. Navigate up button. Matter enabled device. Add devices with the Matter logo. 2 of 4.
And the second one.
Google Nest or partner device. Add Nest devices. Chromecast. Google Assistant enabled devices or partner devices labeled. Seamless setup with the Google Home app. 3 of 4.
I'm going to tap on that.
Home. More options button out of Choose a home. You will be able to control the devices. Checked home.
And so my home is checked. So at the bottom, continue.
Next button out of list.
Next.
More options button.
And now it should be looking for devices.
Looking for devices. Home. More options button. Google TV streamer found. Would you like to set up Google TV 7566?
All right, so there it is. I'm going to tap continue or next at the bottom right.
Yes button.
Yes, rather.
Home. Back button.
Okay, and let's see what it says.
To scan the QR code and set up this device, the Home app needs permission to use your camera.
Okay, I'm going to tap on OK or continue at the bottom.
Scan code button.
There we go.
Allow Home to take pictures and record video while using the app button.
Yep, while using the app.
Scan the QR code. Home. Back button.
I'm going to point it at the TV.
QR code scan.
All right, I heard it said
Set
QR
up device.
QR
More
code
options
scanned.
button.
There we go.
Connecting to Google TV streamer.
Wow, this is crazy. I'm waiting.
Connecting to Google TV streamer. Your phone or tablet may disconnect. By selecting accept, you agree to the Google terms of service. By selecting accept, you agree to the
All right, I'm just going to go to
accept button.
accept. And
By clicking I agree, you agree to the I agree button. Where is this device? Not checked. Master.
now it's asking me where's this
Ringer
device.
silent. Not checked. Living room. Not checked. Media room. 9 of 37.
So I'm going to check that.
Checked.
Then,
Next button out of set up device.
all right, what's next?
Check the mesh 2 of 15.
That's my Wi-Fi, and I'll tap on.
Next button out of connect. Next.
Let's see what's going on.
Not checked. Remember the password for this Wi-Fi network for setting up future devices. Check box.
Yeah, maybe.
Checked. Password. Wi-Fi password edit box.
All right, now it's asking me to enter my password. So I'm going to pause this here for a while and enter my password, and I'll be right back.
Password 12 characters.
All right, I just put in my password, and you heard 12 characters. I'll tap on
Connect button.
connect.
Connecting to Wi-Fi.
Let's see what happens.
More options button.
That is absolutely crazy. And maybe I could see how to enable accessibility on it. Let's see what it says.
Connecting to Wi-Fi. Google TV streamer is now connecting to the mesh.
All right, so it's
Connected.
still connected, and it says connected.
Google TV streamer setup. More options button.
All right. All right, let's see what it says.
Sign in with your Google account. Your Google account will be signed in on your Google TV streamer to enable your personal. Continue button. Verify it's you heading.
There we go, verify it's you. I'm going to tap on next at the bottom right.
Next button. Touch the fingerprint sensor. Tap to cancel authentication.
There we go.
Authenticated. Touch the fingerprint sensor button. Device setup. Signing into Google TV streamer with your Google account heading.
I'm just going to let it get to the next prompt.
Signing into Google TV streamer with your Google account heading.
And so it's signing in. And I can see something spinning on the TV. It's taking it a little while, and I'll give it that time to finish setting up. I wonder what it is, but probably installing a bunch of stuff and things like that. So
Google TV streamer setup.
there we
More
go.
options button.
And let's see what it says.
Couldn't sign in. Please try again.
Couldn't sign in. Please try again. Why?
Try again button. More options button. Next button. Touch the fingerprint sensor. Unlock. Tap to cancel authentication. Authenticated. Touch the fingerprint sensor button. Device setup. Signing into Google TV Streamer with your Google account heading. Google TV Streamer setup. More options button. Couldn't sign in. Please try again. Try again. Device setup. Verify it's you heading. Next button. Touch the fingerprint sensor. Unlock to continue setting up your device. Tap to cancel authentication button. Authenticated. Device setup. Signing into Google TV Streamer with your Google account heading. We couldn't authenticate your Google TV Streamer. Please visit support.google.com/Chromecast. For help troubleshooting this issue, OK button.
Wow, it says it couldn't verify it. Could it be because I got it from Amazon? I don't know what the trouble is, but at this point, guys, I think I'm not going to proceed any longer. And this would conclude my unsuccessful unboxing of the Google Streamer TV 2024. Thanks for listening.